Hey, this is Strategy Music Man, and I'm going to do a review on the Galaxy Audio AS-1100 personal monitor system. Some of you may be asking, what exactly is a personal monitor system, right? Well, what you see when you watch different people perform on TV or different concerts or even like an American Idol or something like that, they'll have these earbuds that are in their ears that look like they're custom molded, right? Well, they don't necessarily have to be custom molded, but the point of it is those earphones are actually plugged into a device like this that actually sends a wireless signal from a transmitter to this device, and this device essentially is like the monitors that you would see on the front of the stage. And I'm not really going to spend too much time going over what this is, but just know that this is a review mainly on this specific product and my uses for it. So I use this product a lot actually when I perform my band, Strategy GT, and what I'm doing with it is I'm sending myself a personal mix. I have a little system that I have where it's basically my own mixer, and it lets me mix my guitar, my vocals, and some other things that I use with our performance so that I can have control of exactly what I want to hear. It gives me consistency. It eliminates somebody from the soundboard actually going back and modifying the monitoring mix and, you know, making things out of whack, because when I'm performing as a lead singer and also a guitarist, I need to be able to hear my vocals clearly. I need to be able to always hear my guitar. Those two things are very important for me when I'm performing. And this system, for a very low price, gave me the ability to achieve that without breaking the bank. And I've had the system for over 3 years, so I can give a very honest testimony about how the actual product works. Some things I like, some things I dislike. At the end, I'm also going to give a sound comparison so that people can hear one of the things that it's kind of made me want to get a different system in the future, I would say. One of the things that I do like about this system is it doesn't feel cheap. This isn't, it's not plastic. It's got this type of a suede material on it. It feels pretty good in my hand, and you know, the clip works. The clip hasn't fallen off yet. I don't think it ever will. There's a little plug here for the headphone, for the headphone to go into, right? And this is your volume control right here. So I'll turn it on, and you see the screen turns blue, and this is your volume control with your antenna for receiving the material. The controls on the actual monitor will show actually the volume and the radio frequency strength. So you'll be able to see those two things, and you'll kind of be able to gauge whether or not you think things are working good for you or not, and if you need to change your audio frequency that you're using, or even if you need to increase the volume. I think that one of the better things to do is to have a relatively medium volume. Don't push it too hard, because there's a built-in limiter in the transmitter, and you don't really want to hit that because it doesn't sound very good when you're slamming that wall limiter. It'd be very harsh, and it'd take even more tone out of your sound. One of the things that I do love about this system is the fact that I am able to hear anything all over the stage that I want to hear, and it's really up to me. Now, I have actually, one time I've actually set this up to a main board mixer. The problem with that for me was a personal one, and I'll get to that with my another video that I'm going to make called my personal in-ear monitor system. But basically, it lets you do whatever you want to do. You can run off the auxiliary from the main board. You can run your own mix, literally from your local. You can't control it here as to what exactly you're hearing, like some of the more expensive systems. There's no equalizer, there's nothing like that. I wish there was, but there really isn't. Honestly, I'm gonna go ahead and just get into the things I dislike about it. One of the things that I dislike about this system is the sound quality. And when you go and you review online and you see what people's comments are from the system, it's pretty consistent with some people who I think just probably don't have very good hearing skills, but this system definitely takes your sound quality down. And what I've noticed is that the actual bass is cut off. It sounds compressed, and it sounds very thin, and it can sound very harsh too. So your highs can have this very sharp sound to them, and that's something that I've gotten used to, but it's not something that I want to have long term. I understand exactly where this product falls from a price point perspective. Today you can get it for $400. So for $400, I think it's a great system because it gives you the ability to change different channels. I don't know how many channels it gives you the ability to go through, but you can basically, if you have any interference, you can change it, right? I did have one situation in the past where I was actually performing at a TV station, and they gave me a lavalier mic that was wireless, and when I cut that mic on, it actually cut this system out completely. And we eventually just decided to go without the lavalier because I needed my in-ears for the performance. So that's a situation where it was interference. It doesn't typically happen. The things that I would typically hear would be like these whoosh, whoosh sounds. Those happen. And I'm not really sure why, but again, for $400, man, this is pretty solid. It's a good solution to get started with in-ear monitors and really see if there's something you really want to do. I think if you're mainly doing vocals, it'd definitely work for that. But when you start throwing a lot of things into the mix, there's a level of clarity that I think most musicians would want, but this system doesn't give you that full breadth of a dynamic range. It definitely compromises some of the sound quality. But again, your vocals will get there. And you can EQ it out, you can cut the highs out of your vocals. But I believe that there's a frequency range that this thing has at the top end to the transmitter to the receiver where it doesn't like it, and it really makes it harsh. It doesn't really matter what headphone you have, it just makes it harsh. It's kind of harsh. So I've kind of rolled some highs off a little bit just so I can get the sound a little clearer, a little smoother. It's a little bit more pleasant when I'm performing, and it doesn't really make you shriek. I mean, you got to think about it. If you have something in your ear and you get something that goes shh, that kind of hurts. So you don't really want that. Would I buy this system again? No. I'll tell you why though. I wouldn't buy the system again because I'm able to buy something more expensive that performs a lot better. I've been looking at a few other systems that have more of they ride the radio frequency, but they actually send a digital signal. And a digital signal for me is exactly what I want. I want something that's going to preserve my sound. I don't want any sound degradation at all. I want to be able to hear what I'm putting into this. The weird thing is that when you plug headphones directly into the system, you know for a fact that the signal going to your system is very clean because you can hear it, and you can also tell that it's not doing anything to the processing at that point. But what you're actually experiencing is the transmitter to the receiver, that radio frequency path, even though it's UHF, it seems to actually just destroy the sound. And I'm pretty sure that's not how that frequency band necessarily has to work, because I know for a fact that other systems work better than that. But again, this is $400, and for you to get this for $400, I would say this is a good deal. At the same time though, if you can get the cheaper system that has more of the fixed band, you may want to look at that too, because there hasn't been many times where I needed to change the radio frequency. I can't really think of any other than that TV time, but from the other time it seemed like there was no real interference, especially if you're performing in the same place every week. You should be pretty good if you get like a fixed frequency band. But I mean, it's $400, man, so you can figure out what you really want there. Now I'm going to give a sound comparison between the wired sound and the wireless sound, and this is going to be coming straight from the unit as well. So just to kind of give you a baseline, this is what I'm talking about with the sound quality. That concludes my review of the Galaxy Audio AS-1100 system for your personal monitors. Leave comments, and if you have any questions, I'll try to address them. Also, stay tuned for my next review, which is going to be my personal in-ear monitor setup that I have, that I use for just about every gig to give me a consistent sound. Okay? All right, peace.